Hello students, welcome to Brain Blitz Audios. Today we'll be looking at NEET preparation. In this video, we'll be looking at previous year questions from medical entrance examinations in India. The subject that we're dealing with today is biology, and the questions are explicitly from the first chapter in your grade 11 syllabus for CBSE. That is the living world. Let's begin, shall we? The first question is, Linnaeus' system of classification is A. Natural, B. Artificial, C. Phylogenetic, and D. Progressive. Which of these is the right answer? Think about it. Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that natural, phylogenetic, and progressive system of classification all depend on evolutionary relationships. So whether it's natural, phylogenetic, or progressive, they depend on evolutionary relationships, such as which organism has which ancestor, or which organism has which product, etc. Now, Carl Linnaeus proposed the binomial nomenclature, which is not dependent on evolutionary relationships. And according to our guide, the right answer is artificial system of classification. This system does not have evolutionary relationships when classifying organisms. It only takes care of physical characters, such as for plants, the number of stamen and style, etc. So if you've written option B, you are correct. Let's move on. The basic unit of classification is A. Genus, B. Species, C. Variety, D. Subspecies. Now, for this question, we will consider the taxonomical hierarchy. There are basically 7 taxons in this hierarchy. K stands for kingdom, P/D stands for phylum, for animals, and division for plants. C stands for class, O stands for order, F stands for family, G stands for genus, and S stands for species. Now, the basic unit of classification will refer to the lowest taxon in this list. Therefore, over here, kingdom is the highest, and we go downwards until we reach species, which is the lowest unit of classification. Therefore, species is the right answer. Genus, variety, and subspecies are the wrong answer because genus is above species, variety and subspecies are not present in the basic 7 taxons of the taxonomical hierarchy. So they're not considered. Therefore, B is the right answer. Did you get it right? Next question. Binomial nomenclature was introduced by A. Linnaeus, B. Darwin, C. Bentham and Hooker, D. Aristotle. Now let's see what each scientist did. Aristotle proposed a system of classification such as animals with blood and without blood, which does not refer to binomial nomenclature. So he's out. Darwin did his work on the evolutionary relationships between species. So he is out of this question as well. Bentham and Hooker are credited with writing a book which details some families which were not included in binomial nomenclature, but they didn't introduce it. The right answer, therefore, is Carl Linnaeus. Another trick that you can use here is that the real name of Carl Linnaeus is Carolus, Carolus Linnaeus. As you can see, this name has two parts, so it's binomial. So binomial nomenclature and Carolus Linnaeus. Moving on. The use of binomial names for plant species was accepted by all after the publication of the work by Darwin, Evolutionary Relationships. Bentham and Hooker did not find binomial nomenclature. They corrected it, so they're out. Again, Carl Linnaeus is the right answer, option B. The book that he wrote, which was accepted by all for the usage of binomial names, is Genera Plantarum. Now, in it, he, for the first time, used the genus and species of an organism in binomial nomenclature. Let's continue. Which one of the following is correctly matched regarding an institute and its location? A. National Institute of Virology, Pune. B. National Institute of Communicable Disease, Lucknow. C. Central Drug Research Institute, Kasauli Institute. And D. National Institute of Nutrition, Mumbai. Now, this question is pretty straightforward. I can only give you the right answer. The right answer is National Institute of Virology, Pune. Now, this institute is really special in India, as it is the premier virus laboratory in India. So if any new virus comes in India, the first place where it's tested out is the National Institute of Virology, Pune. Therefore, it's been in the news a lot, but it's more of a specific answer. So, which one of the following is correctly matched regarding an institute and its location? The answer is A. National Institute of Virology is in Pune. Next question. Ordinous anomaly of Bentham and Hooker includes A. Seed plants showing abnormal forms of growth and development. Plants represented only in fossil state. Plants described in literature but which Bentham and Hooker did not see in original. D. A few orders which could not be placed satisfactorily in the classification. Now, this book, Ordinous Anomaly by Bentham and Hooker, was published before botanical names were standardized by the ICBN. Now, seed plants showing abnormal forms of growth and development does not fit here. Plants represented only in fossil state also doesn't fit into botanical names. Plants described in literature, but which Bentham and Hooker did not see in original, again, does not fit. So all of these are incorrect. The correct answer, therefore, is option D. A few orders which could not be placed satisfactorily in the classification. Now, this book identifies some families which were not placed in the existing system of classification for plants, and this was well before botanical names were codified by the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Therefore, option D is the correct answer. The system of classification based on evolutionary and genetic relationships among organisms, ignoring the morphological similarities or differences, is called A. Cladistics, B. Phenetics, C. Classical systematics, and D. New systematics. Now, the question says that this system of classification is based on evolutionary and genetic relationships, but it ignores morphological similarities or differences. Classical systematics does not fit into this criteria because it only looks at morphological similarities. New systematics looks at both morphological and evolutionary relationships. The right answer given is cladistics. This is the branch of science which is based only on evolutionary and genetic relationships, and it uses homologous characters only, which phenetics does not use as well. The next question. The scientific name of mango plant is Mangifera indica Linn. Santapau. In the above name, the word Santapau refers to A. A variety of mango, B. A taxonomist who proposed the present nomenclature in honor of Linnaeus, C. A scientist who for the first time described a mango plant, and D. A scientist who changed the name proposed by Linnaeus and proposed the present name of the mango plant. Now, let's look at option B. A taxonomist who proposed the present nomenclature in honor of Linnaeus. We all know that that's not the case because Linnaeus himself proposed binomial nomenclature. And since Linnaeus proposed binomial nomenclature, he was the first scientist who described the mango plant. It's also true because of the specific attribute here, Linn. This refers to the name of the author, or Linnaeus. Now, if you look at variety of mangoes, Santapau does not fit there. Therefore, it's incorrect. The answer here is a scientist who changed the name proposed by Linnaeus and proposed the present name. Option D. Were you right? Now, the way we got to this answer is the ICBN has a law which states if someone gives a wrong name to a plant and another person corrects it, then the name of the person who corrects this would be present in the name, the present name given by the ICBN. So Santapau was the scientist who changed the name proposed by Linnaeus and proposed the present name because it had some inconsistency. The classification of Linnaeus was mainly based on A. Sepals, B. Carpels, C. Petals, D. Stamens. Now, Linnaeus's classification was artificial and it had non-evolutionary characters. Therefore, it only used physical objects present in the plant, the physical differences present in the plant. Now, we all know that the first binomial nomenclature used by Linnaeus was for plants. And for plants, he used stamens. Stamens and styles were the organs looked at by Linnaeus to propose binomial nomenclature and artificial classification. So therefore, option D is the right answer. Now, Which of the following is less general in characters as compared to genus? A, species, B, division, C, class, D, family. Now, let's write the taxonomic hierarchy again. Kingdom, phylum/division, class, order, family, genus, species. Now, if a taxon is less general in characters, it is a lower taxon to genus. So, let's look at each of the options. Family is above genus when it comes to generality in characters, so it is incorrect. Class is way higher, so that's incorrect as well. Division is also above genus, so it's incorrect. The only option which is right is species. As you can see, species lie below genus, so they are less general in characters as compared to genus. Read the following statements. 1. Lower the taxon, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Order is the assemblage of genera which exhibit a few similar characters. Cat and dog are included in the same family Felidae. And 4. Binomial nomenclature was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. Which of the following statements are not correct? A, 1, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, 4, C, 1, 4, D, 2 and 3. Now, this question is very significant because what we are asked to find are the options which are not correct. I repeat, not correct. So let's look at each statement. Binomial nomenclature was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. The statement is true. Lower the taxon, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. There are more characters in common between a zebra and a zebra than, say, a zebra and a giraffe. So the statement is also true. Now, order is the assemblage of genera which exhibit a few similar characters. This statement is false because when you take the taxonomical hierarchy, order, then family, and then genus. So an assemblage of genera is a family and not order. Now, the last statement, cat and dog are included in the same family Felidae. Now, the cat is in the genus Felix and a dog is in the genus Canis, which means that cats are in Felidae, but dogs are in Canidae. So this statement is also false. Therefore, the correct answer, which contains both of these false statements, is option D, 2 and 3. Look at this question. Choose the correct one. Growth cannot be taken as a defining property of living organism. Dead organism does not grow. Reproduction cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organisms. No non-living object is capable of replicating itself. Metabolism in a test tube is non-living, and metabolism is a defining feature of all living organisms. The options are 1 and 3, all except 5, all except 3, and all of these. Let's look at all of these statements one by one. Now, the thing to note here is that unlike the previous question, here we are asked to find the correct statements. Let's look at each statement. growth cannot be taken as a defining property of a living organism. This is true since non-living things such as clouds or rocks, for example, also undergo growth. So the statement is correct. A dead organism does not grow. This statement is also correct. Reproduction cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organisms. Now, this statement is true because there are many organisms which are living but cannot reproduce, such as ligers, mules, etc. So the statement is correct. No non-living object is capable of replicating itself. The statement is also correct because no non-living object is capable of reproduction. Metabolism in a test tube is non-living. Now, this statement is wrong because the term metabolism refers to chemical reactions inside the body. The term is specific for reactions inside the body. Now, metabolic reactions are the reactions which are found in a test tube, which are similar to the ones being undertaken in a body. So the fifth statement is incorrect. Lastly, metabolism is a defining feature of all living organisms. It is a correct statement. So let's look at our options 1 and 3. Both the first and the third statements are correct, but they're not the only ones which are correct. B, all except 5. As you can see, this covers the situation exactly. Therefore, this is our correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Let's look at this question. Match column 1 with column 2 and choose the correct option. Now, for this question, we will try to match the options that we know. So let's look at the element B of column 1. This says kingdom. Find any of these which is a kingdom. Now, as you know, there are 5 kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. And here, option 4 is Plantae. So we write B beside it to notate that these 2 options match. Now, let's look at option D, species. Which of these is the name of a species? As you can see, the first option matches, so we write D. Now, what we do is, let's look at our given options and find which of these would correspond to giving us the correct answer. Now, family is kingdom Plantae, so it's A4. Now, options A and C have option 4 matched to A. So B and D are incorrect. Now, among these, species is matched to tuberosum, so D1. Option C has no, wait a minute. I guess I kind of made a mistake here. Let's try this again. Okay? So, let's start again. So, let's look at kingdom. As we said, kingdom is Plantae. So this is B. Now what I did, the mistake was I checked for A. Now B is only present in 4. So this gives you the correct answer. Now the advantage with this method is that with just a single option, you are able to hit at your right answer instead of starting to solve from scratch. Now, when you're in the exam, please take note that when you have a match the following question, start with your easiest option and then compare your options, the options given to you in the test. It may be that with just a few simple steps, you may hit at the right answer, just as we've done here. Option B is the right answer. And that concludes this episode of NEET preparation. I hope this video was pretty useful and will surely help you in your preparation for medical entrance examinations in India. Thank you for watching this video. Did you know that Brain Blitz Audios is dedicated to delivering free educational content? To be a part of our journey, please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, goodbye.